And welcome back to class, everybody. This is the video for Session 2 of English 112 Exposition and Persuasion. It's Sunday afternoon on the 17th. The Steelers and the Broncos just kicked off, and once I get this video finished, I'm going to go watch the game. It should be early in the first quarter right now, and I hope the Broncos are up by about 900. I hate the Steelers. We're going to take a look today at what we have to do for Week 2. But before we do, let me commend everyone on the discussion board over the analysis of the political cartoon. I thought the discussion there was outstanding. So very good job. Now, it is not 11:59 Sunday, so there may be a couple of folks that will still chime in with one or two additional comments, but good job, everybody. I enjoyed reading those. And as I mentioned in one of the posts, during the course of the semester, during discussion boards, I will not chime in very much at all. I want that to be a peer-to-peer discussion. I may say a word or two, and I did this time, just because I thought it was necessary. But for the most part, although I read all of those, you won't see me interacting very much. So for this week, we're going to go into class sessions. This week is about analyzing an advertisement. And we're looking at visual rhetoric, excuse me. There's a pretty good amount of reading this time. Make sure you take enough time to go through everything. I'm not going to open all of these because that would be a little cumbersome, but they should look very similar to what you did for the first week. I think a lot of people would find it helpful if you print them out, but that's your choice. And also, I want you to notice that in some of these, and I'm going to pick the second one, there are some videos enclosed. Here's the one for a brand of tequila that I'm not familiar with. But anyway, make sure you watch those as well. So look at the advertisement, read it all, and you'll be fine. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these to read. They're not terribly long, but they will take a little bit of time. Make sure you check out all of them. And these are all important for the first paper that you're going to be writing, which is due this week, in analyzing an ad. There is also some additional reading under textual research. And I'll open this one up as well. This one only has 3. I'm going to open up the second one again. Under this file folder. And there's another video in this one as well. You're going to want to watch that. And I think this is the longest of the articles. I have read these myself, but it's been a few days. All right, let's get into the actual assignment. And here is the project information. Now, there's 2 things in here. Number 1, there's a PowerPoint, and I will open that up. I won't go through every one of the slides, but we will talk about a couple of them. And then what's listed below here is the actual assignment. You probably want to print this one. But let's take a look at the PowerPoint. And as I've mentioned before, many of you probably know this, but just in case, once this opens, slowly, go ahead and hit F5 on your keyboard, and you can page through. So this is a supplement to what you will be reading this week. Obviously, there's a generic description of advertisements, and we only are looking at advertisements. There is a list of questions on the Word document to ask when you are conducting your analysis. And this is important. You can choose any advertisement, although there are a few excluded items on the Word document, and I'll show you those. But it has to be something that I can see. And YouTube is probably the best. I use YouTube constantly. But when you do the project, in the comments, make sure you send me the link. I will watch the ad before I read your paper, and that way I know what it is you're discussing. It doesn't have to be YouTube. You could also find an image of an ad, a JPEG. You can send that along to me as well. But many of the commercials that you see every day on television are also on YouTube, and I think those are easy to analyze because they're brief. I know you're going to read this. I will skip ahead. And this is important. The 3 types of appeals. A logos appeal is fact-based. It's a logical appeal. It includes data most often. But that isn't all types of advertising. That's only one form. There's also an ethos appeal, and that is based on the character of the product or the company that is producing it. Although, as it mentions here, ethical appeals are frequently abused, and boy are they. And a pathos appeal, which is an emotional appeal. And it could be any emotion. It could be humor. You certainly see a lot of that in advertising, especially now. It could be something that pulls at your heartstrings. Think of a PETA ad, for example. It could be something that is designed to elicit a romantic feeling for the person that is viewing the ad. It could be any emotion. And you'll want to spell out specifically in your paper which approach you think this ad is taking. Very unlikely that you'll see an ad, especially in ones that are this short, that will try to take more than one approach. It's usually one of the 3. And as this particular slide says, include a clear claim, a thesis. Tell me which way you're following. Do you think this ad works? Do you think it fails? And why? And does it fail because they're using the wrong type of appeal? That's certainly a conclusion that you could make. Okay, I'm going to end the PowerPoint here. Again, I know you will look through it completely, but I want to go back to the Word document because it contains even more detail about what we'll be writing about. And that is found right here. So again, this is the PowerPoint, and this is the analysis project. Excuse me. Things are moving slow today. As it explains, and again, please print this out if you can, using elements of the rhetorical situation, write an analysis of an advertisement, a political cartoon, or a print ad. Could be something you find in Google Images. Many of you, I'm sure, will use YouTube. That's fine. But you cannot use ads devoted to any of the following. I could give you permission, but I'm not going to, so just skip these. So nothing on gun control, nothing on capital punishment, or any of these other categories. Most often, we're looking for an ad designed to sell a service, a product, or a cause. The audience for this paper are your classmates and me, and the original audience that the ad was designed for. This is going to be written in MLA format. Keep that in mind. And it's going to be 700 to 800 words. How long is that? That's about 3 full pages, double-spaced. Plus, and don't forget this, the works cited page. And yes, you need to include a citation for the advertisement itself. Notice it says under format, follow MLA or APA. Well, we're only using MLA, so stick to that. And I'll point out under focus, this should be much of your paper. Analyze how the piece was presented, its ideas, and what tools have been used to persuade the intended audience. How do they try to make the argument? And you can consider any or all, well, maybe not all because you only have 3 pages, of these points. And I think this is important as well. Not only do you need to describe the ad to me, and you should probably do that early in the essay, tell me how you see it. Use sensory details to describe the piece and make it vivid for the audience. And again, the audience is me and the other people in the class. And again, print that out. Now, once you have written it, what do you do with it? Well, you go into this folder. There are 50 points possible for this project. Never ever put your essay here. This is where I want you to send me the link to the image, the link to the YouTube. It doesn't matter. You could tell me, here's my essay, have a nice day, whatever you'd like to say. But rather, when you're enclosing the actual essay, hit Browse My Computer, find the file, whether it's on your desktop, whether it's on a flash drive, and email it to me that way. Never put it here. Go back to session 2. And let me look under resources. What I'm looking for is the link for tutor.com, and I'm just not finding it at this time, but I know it's on Campus Connect on the left-hand side down near the bottom. And tutor.com is a free service. Well, it's not free, you paid for it, but it doesn't charge you to use it. And what you can do with tutor.com is send them a draft of something that you've written. They will proofread it for you and then send it back. Because this is early in the semester, I recommend that everyone use it. Again, you've already paid for it, you might as well. But it'll be another set of eyes that will review your essay before you turn it in. And one other thing I want to point out to you, there are a million of these on the internet, and you're welcome to use any of them. And this one that I like is called Citation Machine MLA Format Citation Generator. This one says for books, but it'll work for just about anything. If you're unsure of how to cite an advertisement, go to Citation Machine. It will help you. It'll tell you almost exactly, you can even cut and paste it, how the citation should look for any of these advertisements. Can you use that in this class? Absolutely. I just gave it to you. And don't forget, if you cite anything that's in any of the any of the reading that you have read for this week, cite that as well. So if you want to take a quote from this particular article in Writing Commons, better cite that as well. Your ad analysis project will be due in 1 week's time, so it will be due on Sunday, January 24th at 11:59 p.m. If during the course of your writing, if you decide you want me to take a look at it just to make sure you're on the right track, going the right direction, I'd be happy to look at it for you. That's not a problem. As always, if you need me, please reach out to me by text, 812-498-4200. If you want to email me, it's mstenger and the number 1 at ivtech.edu. You can also call me anytime at 800-416-1747. Let's go back into class session 2 and make sure that I have covered everything. I believe I have, but it doesn't hurt to take one more look around. Again, there are 2 reading folders this time. 4 articles in the first one, along with some videos that you need to watch. There are a total of 3 in the second folder, some of which include videos, but not all. Make sure you look at the PowerPoint before you begin writing. Don't forget to include the link or the image of the ad that you are writing about. And the information sheet, the Word document, is also contained in here. If you want to send it to me in advance, you're welcome to do that. And then once you are finished writing your MLA formatted 700 to 800 word essay, you're going to send it to me using Browse My Computer, find the file, send it that way, and any comments or links that you want to make, put them here in the comments box, and then click on Submit. I think this class has been off to a great start. The discussion, as I said, in week 1 was fantastic. I'm looking forward to more of that. Reach out to me anytime. Have a great week, everybody. Text me if you need me.